Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Aweh, It's Football. As we all know, the 1st of September marks Spring Day all across South Africa. Kids are gearing up to throw water-filled condoms at their schoolmates. Our beautiful women are grabbing their favorite sundresses. For us, it means the end of the summer transfer window for the majority of Europe's top leagues. Today, Nick, Reyn, and I are going to recap all the activity that went down on deadline day that we think you should know about. How it's going to work is I will read the transfer out. Nick or Reyn will rate the move out of 10. And of course, we need you, the viewers, to rate the same move in the comments below. Before we start, I'd just like to thank you for watching the video. And I ask kindly that you like and subscribe to our channel. Your support means the world to us. Okay, guys, let's go. First one we're gonna get into is Luuk de Jong, moving from Sevilla to Barcelona on a season-long loan. Nick, I'm gonna throw this to you. How much would you rate this? How would you rate this out of 10?
I'm gonna give it a 6. Just because Barca seem to be doing very strange things in the transfer window this year. They've just sold Griezmann to Barca after letting Messi go as well. So sold Griezmann to back to Atletico, I mean. So yeah, 6 for me.
Look, I think six is a fair rating because literally Barcelona have gone from a front three of Neymar, Messi, and Suarez to Depay, Braithwaite, and Luuk de Jong within like a few seasons. So it's
don't forget Aguero, eh?
Aguero, yeah, but I think they're quite stacked in that position.
That's
but
what I was gonna say.
Fair rating. Reyn, the next one I want to throw to you is as Nick just mentioned, Antoine Griezmann going back to Atletico Madrid from Barcelona. It is a loan, but there is a mandatory
option to buy back, yeah.
For 47 million. How would you rate this transfer?
I'd say that's for Atleti, that's a 7. The initial move from Atleti to Barca didn't go so well for Griezmann. So the fact that he's going back to where he was a lot more comfortable and played more of a vital role at Atleti, I think it's a 7, yeah. I like that move.
Yeah, look, I mean, you know, Griezmann was supposed to come to United and he stayed at Atletico Madrid. And this whole thing is just silly, but let's move on to the next one. This one makes my heart stop because it's Saul Niguez moving from Atletico Madrid to Chelsea on a season loan with a purchase option of 41 million. Yeah. Nick, bro, tell me, like, it's a good move for Chelsea. It's a bad move for the league. How would you rate this one?
I have two opinions on this, and the one is the fact that there was arguments earlier in the transfer season, in the transfer window, that they were saying that Saul Niguez was being let go because he's nearing the end of his career. There were rumors about some kind of cardiovascular disease that he's got or something like that. I'm not sure how true those are, but that would explain why why he would be as cheap as he is. I mean, based on what he's been doing at Atletico, it doesn't make sense that I would let him go for such a small amount in my mind, anyway. So in my mind, I'd give it a 7, let's say 7.5, because he's a quality footballer. We watched him last season at Atletico. He's one of the main reasons that they won the league last season. So, and looking at what Chelsea's done already in the transfer window, even though they only brought one player in, they look like the team to beat at the moment. I don't know if he comes straight into the starting 11 or if he's back up for Jorginho and company, but that's a quality signing. So I'm gonna give it a solid 7.5, just because I don't know how deep those stories go, you know.
Yeah, look, Chelsea fans, Atletico Madrid fans, give us your rating in the comments below. Look, Chelsea are definitely going to be the team to beat. They have an amazing manager now. They've got amazing squad depth, and yeah, I just hate the move. Okay, Reyn, we're going to move on to the next one. Nuno Mendes, the left back from Sporting, moving to PSG.
I rate that one. I like it because he's a young talent, and he plays regular first team footy, for the national Portuguese side. So for that one, look, I think I'll give that a 7. It's a very good move for the lad. I mean, he's going to a top team, a very top team as it stands. So yeah, that's a solid 7 for me.
I mean, yeah, PSG's transfer window. I think PSG won
It
the
was a
transfer
madness.
window. It's a madness.
No, definitely.
Like,
and they didn't even spend close to what those free players would go for.
Ooh,
Do you
they
know what I'm saying?
signed Donnarumma on a free, Messi on a free.
Bargains. Mad
Bargains.
bargains.
All,
Ramos as well, eh?
Ramos as well.
And Ramos. Imagine those. Come on, 2 captains.
Dude, PSG is a force. Okay, guys. Nick, the next one I want to throw to you is Salomon Rondon, the forward, moving to Everton on a free transfer. What do you guys? How would you rate this move?
I don't know. I think he's the kind of quality he showed in the Premier League before. I think he played for. Who did he play for?
West Brom at the time, Newcastle, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was West Brom was his last foray into Premier League football. But I never rated him as a quality footballer, but I think what it will do is it will give Calvert-Lewin a kick to push on, because now there's competition for his spot now.
Definitely.
A little bit more competition. So I think in terms of that, in that sense, I think it's a solid 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Just because it changes the dynamic of the forward pack there.
I definitely agree, because we've seen in the Premier League that you need squad depth to win this competition. It's it's not as easy as it seems. Okay, the next one I'm gonna throw to you, Reyn, is Hector Bellerin moving from Arsenal to Real Betis, on a season loan.
Okay, look, there's a lot going on at Arsenal, right? And it's sad because I really appreciate them and their football, and what they are as a club. But Betis, for Bellerin to go to Betis is good for him. I say this because no one really wants to feature at Arsenal based on the fact that there's a lot of things going on. So, no, and it's true though. Look, Willian terminated his contract. I mean, come now. That just shows for itself. But for Betis to gain a right back like that with a mad experience, I think it's 7.5. I rate. I like the move.
Yeah,
and especially because it's a loan. Who's to say Arsenal won't climb back up? Hopefully, but yeah.
Well,
can I just say something on that?
No problem.
I want to rate it for Arsenal as well. What would you give it as a rating for Arsenal? Because in my mind, they're crumbling. I mean, they've done. I think in my mind, it's poor business in the transfer market.
Yes.
So to sell one of your leaders in the dressing room, and I say leaders because he hasn't really proved himself. I think they're crumbling from the seams in.
No, 100%. It's
we've got a few Arsenal transfers to get through as well. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Okay, another right back that's coming to another right back is Emerson Royal, moving from Barcelona to Tottenham Hotspurs. Nick, tell us what you think about this move.
I just think in terms of, so they've just got rid of Aweh, if I'm not mistaken. So in terms of depth, it's quite a good signing for Tottenham. I haven't seen enough of this player to give a proper comment on whether it's a decent signing. But in terms of depth and the fact that they paid 30 mil for him is, you'd think that he's a decent player for 30 mil. So we'll see, I suppose. I'd give it a 6.
Look, Tottenham Spurs fans, give us your rating on the player below, on the transfer as well in the comments below. Look, I know the lad from FIFA. He's quite good on FIFA. Nice Brazilian right back, fast. But yeah, I haven't seen enough of him.
Mad potential, you say?
Mad potential. Yeah. Okay, Reyn, Ademola Lookman, a winger, moving from RB Leipzig to Leicester City on a season loan.
Okay, so Lookman's been in the Prem before. Last stint I remember of his was when he was at Everton, but he didn't get much game time, and then he got shipped off to Leipzig. Now we know full well that the German league just does something to the youth lighties, the English, or in general, just the lighties. You know what I'm saying? So to have him move to Leicester, I think that's going to create a lot more challenge for Harvey Barnes, who I really like as well. Thing is, I haven't seen much of Lookman, but I know that he's that nippy player. He's got short bursts. He can knock. He can run on the wing, you know, type of stuff. So I think that's another 7.5 for me, and it's going to be interesting to see how he fares this season in the Prem. And more so the depth thing for Leicester. Like it just creates more competition that side where things are also looking like a real madness. Leicester also moving wild, Oaks.
Honestly, Leicester have bolstered their squad. They've got a really good team. Okay,
it's crazy.
The next one I'm gonna give to you, Nick. It's a bit of a sour one, but it's Eduardo Kamavinga moving from Rennes to Real Madrid for 41 million.
I thought it's a steal, bro. Like they paid 41 million for the steal. He's the way he looks he looked in the French league. He looks like one of those kids that that's growth is just determined by what club he plays for and under which manager, you know. So I think it's a fantastic signing. I'm gonna give it a 9. And the fact that he's able to play under the likes of Kroos, Casemiro, and Modric.
Yeah.
That's just, I mean, at 19, you're already you're quite a quality footballer. So I think it's a quality signing.
That's mad.
I think he's a potential world-class talent.
Very true. Very true. I mean,
so,
people are touting him as the next Pogba and all these things. I was very interested to see him at United, but obviously he got his dream move to Real Madrid, and there's nothing we can do about it. Okay, Reyn, the next one I'm going to throw to you is Abdallah Sima, winger from Slavia Prague, moving to Brighton.
Okay, so what I know about this lad is that he's one of the most promising African players. Haven't seen much of him, but like read reviews of his performances at Slavia Prague, which were good reviews. The loan to Stoke is what's important here, because that, like, fine, the league where he comes from may be tough because it's full of, I don't know, skinheads. I'm kidding. So like then he could, like challenge himself and come to the Prem even stronger. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I love that Potter signed him because he saw the vision or understood like where this light is destined to be. And to let him start off in the championship, I think that's also just as important because he'll just get better from there and become tougher. So I think that's a 8.5 for me. Eh?
Yeah, I agree with you. A very good signing. And also, like, I love to see African players come to the Premier League.
There we go, especially get in.
Okay, the next one is, and excuse me for the pronunciation of this one, it's Ilax Moriba.
Eli Moriba.
Eli Moriba. Oh, thank you, Reyn. Eli Moriba moving from Barcelona to RB Leipzig for 19 million. Nick, how would you rate this one?
I have no idea. I don't know this. I haven't read reviews on this player. I haven't even seen him feature for Barca. So you have to throw that onto the fans. I just think in terms of the fact that I haven't heard of him, I would say that Leipzig would probably be a good destination for him to rekindle his career. I'm not sure if he's actually shown up in other leagues before Barca, but I think if him going to the German league, like you said, Reyn, I'm not even sure how old this guy is. How old is he? Do you know?
He's very young.
Yeah, he's very young.
So yeah,
I would think that he's a direct,
German league does bits for the youngsters. So
yes,
let's see what he does there, and let's move on from there.
Yeah, Leipzig fans, obviously give us your rating on the transfer in the comments below. I know that Barcelona did want to keep him because he's quite a talented young midfielder, but he wanted to move for game time, and I think, as you said, the German league is perfect for that. Okay, Reyn, next one I want to give to you is Reiss Nelson, the winger from Arsenal, moving to Feyenoord on a season-long loan.
Who threw his toys out the court? Hey, jumping ship, 100%. Another player who made it quite known on Instagram, on his story. He said he doesn't want to be at, or no, Arsenal must just let him go to a place where he wants to play. Like, I mean, another indication as to how fast Arsenal have fallen. And I
An
think
academy
him
player.
going to Feyenoord, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You'd want to
Mm.
try and keep your like he's got decent potential, you know, like he's blitz, he's got like takers in the bag. But now for Feyenoord, I think it's a good signing for them. I'd say a 6.5. Well, no, not even just a 7, solid 7, because he's a decent pacey winger who I'm sure can get the job done, you know. For Arsenal, again, I'd say it's an L because they now again letting one of their you know, potential stars or a very good player for the future let go. Because I'm telling you, find this maybe a loan, but you can see that he doesn't want to feature for Arsenal. So at some point he's going to get his move, and you don't want that from your youth products. So yeah, I think it's a solid 7 for Feyenoord.
100% agree with you. It's a circus at Arsenal at the moment.
Yo.
Okay, Nick, the next one I want to give to you is Mohamed Ihataren, moving from Eindhoven to Juventus. Oh my God, I like him as well.
What a signing. Yo.
How would you rate it?
So I rate it as a solid 8, especially because I don't know if you know that he's been loaned out immediately.
I didn't know that.
So he's not being kept at Juve. He's being loaned out immediately. I can't remember where to, but that was the last thing I read about this transfer. But you know, the Dutch league create boys, eh? They create young talent, young. I don't know what's in the water there, but it's like that Daniel Marlon.
Yeah.
Raz's favorite.
Ryan Gravenberch.
I put them in a similar category because they look like they could be just as good as Kamavinga almost. Maybe I'm stretching it because Kamavinga's been hailed as the next Pogba. But Kamavinga himself also hasn't proved himself at the highest level. So I put him in that category. I'd say it's a solid 8 for Juve.
Nice.
Yeah,
agreed, yeah.
Juve fans, let us know how you feel about the transfer in the comments below. Reyn, the next one I want to throw to you is Mark Cucurella.
Oh, this one is
back,
interesting.
moving from Getafe to Brighton.
I love it. I love it. Okay, Cucurella, however it's pronounced, he's an interesting Barcelona. Like, I don't want to say flop because he hasn't flopped. He plays left wing back, left mid type, you know. So from what I've read and like just what I've seen, he's an exciting player. So for Brighton, I think this will be great because they don't really have that out and out like left wing back. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken, I don't recall. I only know Lamptey to play on the right, and then they've got a Brazilian lad that isn't as up to par. So I guess that's where Cucurella comes into play. And yeah, I think that's a solid 8. No lie.
Okay, no, good one. Nick, the next one I want to throw to you is Moise Kean, moving from Everton to Juventus on a 2 season long loan.
Yeah, I've always liked this kid. I've always rated him. I thought he could be one of the top strikers in Europe at a point. But he's just never found any consistency wherever he's played. I remember when Ronaldo moved to Juve, he was there initially. And I thought he did quite well that season, and then they shipped him off to Everton. And I just think if he gets consistent game time, he might do really well. But it doesn't happen for him. I don't know if it's a fitness situation or the managers just don't trust him. But him going back to Juventus, especially now with Ronaldo having left, I think he might get a decent run in the side. So I'm going to give it a 7 because I'm not quite sure if he'll take Juventus to where they want to be. So yeah, 7 for me.
Okay, no, good one, Nick. Reyn, the next one is quite juicy. Troy Deeney moving from Watford to Birmingham on a free transfer.
Look, he's a presence, he's a personality, he's a leader.
I love me some Troy Deeney.
I love Deeney.
I love him.
The thing is, I don't know. Maybe there was a bit of I don't know. I don't know. I'm not too sure, to be honest, in terms of why he left on a free and why they wouldn't want to keep him as a presence at Watford, because Watford are also not that bad of a squad from what they have. So why not keep, I mean, one of their like coolest leaders, you know? And when I say cool, he's just like an all-rounder, bro. So for Birmingham to now acquire that, I think is just as good. We've got the likes of Chong also there. I know that doesn't really like play parts in this, but it does, because now Birmingham have a decent side as well, and with the addition of Deeney, there we go. It can only amplify it, you know. Now with a leader coming in the championship as well, I think it's a good 7.
Okay. Okay. No, I agree with you. Perfect. Okay. So the next one is Willian terminating his contract from Arsenal. I'm gonna just rate this one right now, 10 out of 10. This for all of you, for anyone that's in a toxic relationship.
Agreed.
Learn from Willian. He turned down a 20 million. I think he had 20 million euros left on his contract, and he literally tore it up to move. So if you guys are staying in a toxic relationship, please just learn from Willian and just leave that relationship right now.
Allow it, fam. Allow it.
Okay, guys, we are running out of time. I'm just gonna run through a few more. Mark Sabitzer moving from RB Leipzig to Bayern Munich.
This irritates me, bro. I said it on Twitter. There's a monopoly in Germany, bro. Someone gets close to Bayern, they get bought. Like they've bought now Upamecano and Sabitzer, and the manager's now gone across. So
I think it's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous as well.
As soon as it happens, the board is just like, no, just come, there's space, come.
Just come.
So in terms of a footballing transfer, I think Bayern have done the things again. I think it's an 8 out of 10 because he's a quality footballer. They finished second last season, so I'm pretty sure that's why, like I've just mentioned. But it needs to change, man. I despise the fact that Bayern have the monopoly there, because they literally just pull in players as soon as they get to a certain point.
Yeah.
Now that will then be a topic of discussion at some point for us, honestly, because it's ridiculous. But so you say 8 out of 10. I agree on that one.
Okay, guys. The last few we have, I'm just gonna run through. We're not gonna really rate them. It's Danny Drinkwater moving from Chelsea to Reading. On a loan, we've got Javier Pastore moving from AC Roma. Apparently, he's just terminated his contract.
Yeah, free agent.
Free agent, like one of our mates. Free agent fan. Then we've got Tian Koopmeiners.
Oh, shots. Koopmeiners are good. Yeah.
Moving from AZ Alkmaar to Atalanta. I think it's a really good move for him. And
that is a deal.
Ozan Kabak, centre back, moving from Schalke to Norwich City. I think we can all agree is a good move for Norwich. Last two, Simeon Scafé, moving from the goalkeeper from Udinese, moving to Apol on a free. And then Timothy Bakayoko, moving from Chelsea to AC Milan, which I think is a good move.
That's a nice one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Okay, guys, that's it for us. We've run through all the transfers that we think that you should know about, so that you don't have to. We're going to end the video here. I just want to ask that you guys like and subscribe again to our channel. We've got three videos out right now. Please go give them a watch. And if you guys enjoy the content, please let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for your time. I've been Raz.
Hey guys.
Reyn. Aweh,
cheers, gents.
Sharp.